That is one valid reason. What about others? See, we are thinking that now you can skip and take later, it won't work out. So, as and when it is scheduled, you have to take the things. If you keep on postponing your work, so you will not get time even at the end. Who are eligible and why you have not taken the test, I want the reason. And few students have to permission. What about others? Here, eligibility taken. Last, not taken. You had eligibility to write the test. You don't know the reason, want to tell you your team. Then everything, if you are deciding, then why you have to do? Yes, madam, I am asking you only. What was the reason why you are not taken the test? Huh? You thought? You can have. But you won't get the test no at the end. Only who had not had eligibility, maybe they will get the test permission once again. Not for all. Do you think we are doing the same work conducting IAS? Yes. If you are talking, door is open. In between, if anybody is talking, door is open. You can go. I won't disturb you. You also don't disturb me. Yes? Yourself? If no attendance, I will be having that details. Okay. Who are having attendance and why you are not taken the test? Which side? For you, issue. What about others? First bench, everybody took. Next. Last, shortage of attendance. Boys. Your bench, Hitesh. Shortage of attendance. Next, Chetan. Just one. You have taken. So, now you people are happy. You don't have attendance, no need to write test. So, you people are happy. So, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? If you are repeating the same thing once again also, second IA, we are not going to give. From today onwards, attendance we are going to take very strictly. Okay, so first time because of fees, due, all those things, somehow we have considered. But this time no. Even if you get shortage by 5% or 10% also, we are not going to help you. Even single 1% also. I am just tracking from today onwards. I will give preference to attendance. Anyhow, after teaching also, if you are not taking test, then what is the use of taking class? So how was the test who all wrote? It was easy or tough? No, you just tell, let me know what may be the reason. If it is tough, so which part of the question is very tough? Yes? No? Moderate. Why it is moderate? Is it subject is difficult? Or what was the problem? Yes, what I told, you should not talk. If I am asking anything particular to you, you should talk. Otherwise, keep quiet. No discussion. Yes? How you wrote? Plus, good, average, bad. How you can rate yourself? Not belongs to any of these categories. None of these. excuse them. Okay, so who are not having eligibility and came and they have given some of them attendance. So for them I'll excuse. Other people who are not intimated to me and even who had eligibility or not taken, then I'll give some punishment. What about assignment? How many of you completed assignment? Yesterday many came with the assignment. I don't know how they have solved. Yes, this side, not yet completed. Have you read the instruction in assignment A? Don't talk. What was the instruction I have given in the assignment? Did you read that note part? No, somebody has written answers, PDF, open it, write it as it is and submit. And what you have learned from that? I could have been given same question, whatever they have given in the question paper or whatever it is there in the assignment question. I have given different, I mean question by questions are not given. Did you find the similar questions? No, in the assignment. So now what you have to do? I have not accepted any assignment till now in hard copy. Okay, you have to submit the hard copy and also you have to upload in the MS Teams. Okay, so I will accept hard copy only once if you have executed. Okay, anyhow you are going to come for practical, no? Practical week. So during that time I will just take permission from sir. I will take 30 minutes. So everybody should show the output. So if you are thinking that where to execute what software, many times I told what you have to do for software. I have given alternatives where you can execute those commands. How many of you installed or how many of you started executing commands and you're okay? See, just reading textbook you cannot understand. You may get past, but you may not get the knowledge. If you want to get the knowledge, so you have to execute. Install the software. Okay, or else I have shown online compilers. Even I have told whatever the CN lab you are using, no? So you just log in there, create your own folders, files. Okay, there you try to execute the commands. It will work. If not, you can just install VirtualBox. Till now nobody came. So how to install? Where can I get? No. That shows your interest. If you are neglecting that, however, you can get past, no, it's not possible. Last time many of them got failed. What is the issue? You are not understood? Subject is simple. Because of that, you should not neglect it. You have to read and understand. Then only it is going to be easy. Otherwise, it is going to be complex only until unless you put the effort. Online class, how many of you attended? So you people are not bothered about attendance. I think Saturday 6 I have taken attendance class. Hardly I found few students. Only for them I will give the attendance. Yesterday also, many of you are absent. For them we are going to mark attendance absent only. So 1 hour attendance I am going to mark. And you have to read regularly. So keeping everything pending at the end moment, questions are more. I am not well, I am not going to take. This all it won't work out. Still there is no seriousness. See, so many members are absent. And who are there in the class? Are you attentive? First you just think yourself, are you attentive? By attending the class, did you learn something? That is also no. Few students not attended many of the class, but they have done test very well. So you don't compare yourself with others. What is your capability? Go accordingly. If somebody is not coming, why I should come? No, don't compare. Understand your capability. So if you want subject to understand, you have to sit in the class. Others, do you have self-study capability? That is also not there. So now whatever I am going to explain, few of them it is, they don't know anything. I can tell you one of those. Hardly I can get 10 to 12 students from this class. The remaining was question mark. So what do you want to do? You will read by yourself. And assignment, it's mandatory, you have to execute. Okay. So from today onwards, I'll make batch of 2 students. So each of them, they have to show the output of that particular program. Okay. So how many questions I have given? That assignment 4 or 5? 4. Okay. So you just make immediately 2 members group. I'll give the numbers. Yes. Just make 2 members group. So I will give one particular program among those 4. You have to execute and you have to demonstrate. So in the practical week, I get the time. Because in regular classes, I cannot do that. Yes, done. You got your friend? Everybody? If not, if you want to do alone, that is also permitted. Okay. Both of you, first program. Next. Just somebody note down, no? Or else you will be knowing, no? Just note down the program number. Later you just write it in one sheet. Next. Yourself. Huh? Find out. Take smaller thing. 1, 2, 3. Third assignment. Third program of first assignment. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just note down the number. First one, second one, yourself. Huh? You can take the order. Next year, 4. All 4. Execute. You want to show all the program also. Okay, fine. Do it. That was good. 1, 2, 3, 4. You write that. Next. Huh? Then take the second one. That is just for the first assignment. Next I give the second also. Same batch is going to continue next. Third one, you follow here. 4. Huh? You do alone. Okay, do it. 4 1. Next. 5. What's it? So you make first one, both of them. Next. Second. Last. Third one. Okay. So now just be prepared. I may ask in the class also. Next tomorrow I have class. I may ask. Get the Indra. Come and execute. Okay. You should be ready. You should be ready. Okay. I may ask any batch, not only that fellow. I may ask somebody else also. You be ready. Okay. For that I will give this week time. So Monday onwards I will do that. Just 5 to 10 minutes I will give time. So you have to demonstrate whatever the problem I have given, explain, and what is the output you have to show it. Is that clear? Okay. Yes, stop your discussion now. What we have discussed in the last class? Yes. Last class. No? Wild card. Meta character. After that, online class. Online class important topic are completed. Yes. are you in class? Not attended. Online. But I found like 20 members of there. Okay. Yes. In the last class, I'll just brief about what we have discussed in the last class. Okay, in the last class, mainly we have discussed about the standard input, output, and standard error. Okay, if you have made recorded video is there, so you just go through that. Okay, yeah, that is your duty. If you have missed a class, so recorded video will be there in everything. You have to go through that. So don't tell the reason that I was absent. So I ask any question in the next class, you should not tell that. So in the last class, maybe we have discussed how to redirect the input or output. So what is the notation to use? Even we have got the error message. So when you execute, if you are not given the command prompt properly or whatever the input you have specified, if it is not existing, so we used to get the errors. Okay, so that is also a type of standard output. So how you can redirect? Okay, so what are the notations are used? So some of the notations we have used most of the time. For input we have used this notation, for output. Okay, so same thing you can use example. So instead of dollar small case ls, if you are using ls, what happens? What is the output you will get? You will get error because it is case sensitive. If you are giving capital L, so you will get an error message. Okay. So for whatever the input or whatever the command you give, if it is not proper, it will display the standard error. Okay. Even you can use any of these redirector to store that error. Okay. If you have given this and if you want to store that error output of this, you can use. Okay. You can just specify some name file.txt. Okay, so whatever the output you are going to get, so that will be stored into this file. Okay, so that is how you can use the standard input output redirection. So this is very important. Many times asked in the exam. So once again, if I start repeating that, it will take once again 1 hour. So I want you people to just go through the recorded video and check it how these standard input output and standard error works. Okay, so after that we have discussed one important command called grep command. Okay, so even I have given one question on this, explain grep command with different options. So anybody attempted that question? It was the easiest question. So if you have not attempted, so at least read it later. In the exam, it is also a very important topic. So why you are going to use this command? So this command is mainly used for pattern searching. Okay, you have a file. So if I want to know a particular word, so consider director. So that particular word is existing in the file or not. Okay, so instead of opening that file, going line by line, it will take a lot of time. If it is only 5 to 10 lines, you can just do that. If I have a file with 1000 lines, so it will take a lot of time. So for that, what you can do? You can go for grep command. So it is mainly used for searching for a pattern. So what is the syntax? So now when I am doing parallelly, possibly you just important points note down. Open the text notebook. So everything I cannot tell. So that is your duty. So grep I told, just note down that word, so why it is used. Okay, so it is mainly used for searching for a pattern. So now what is the syntax used for this? So grep, okay, so we are going to use the syntax is grep command, option. So options are optional. If you want, you can give based on what is the output you are going to expect. You can give the option, okay, and what is the pattern you are going to search in which file name. Okay, here file once again it can be in a single file or you can give more than one file name. Okay, then it is going to, this command is going to search this pattern in all the files. So wherever it finds the matching line, okay, matching of that particular pattern, it will display that particular line, complete line it is going to display. Not only that particular character or the pattern, it will display the complete line where the matching is found. Okay, are you getting? So file name, or it can be a single file name, or you can give more than one file name as input to the grep command. So why you are going to use grep command? It is mainly used for searching for a pattern. So example, so here I have one file called emp list lst. It is a file containing employee details. Okay, employee details, employee ID, employee name. Okay, so what is the type of job the employee is doing, the date and the salary. Some information it is there here. So now what I can do, I can just apply a grep command. I can use grep command to find, so list all the employee so who are working as a sales. Okay, how you are going to specify that? So you have to use in the command prompt, write the command grep. So your pattern should be in quotes. Okay, it should be in quotes. If it is more than one word, it is mandatory. If it is a single word without quotes also, it works fine. Okay, if it is more than one word in the pattern, so then you have to use the double quotes. If you have single word, it is optional, but always make a practice of giving the quotes. Even without quote also work for a single word. Okay, so it is like suggested to use double quotes always. So grep sales, and you have to specify the file name. So now what happens? The shell, it is going to go to that file, it opens, and it will find wherever this particular pattern is matching. Okay, so those particular lines details it is going to display. So this is one line, second, third. So you can find here now. So all the employee who are working as a salesman or something else. Okay, so it is going to display the details. Is it clear? First command. So similarly, write, if I want to search for director. If I want to search for director, write the command. I want to find the pattern. Is it director? Okay, don't take director here. Yes, it is there. Write it. Search for director pattern. You should learn how to write the commands. What you have written? Director and name of the file. Okay, it's simple. Okay, so this is the answer. So here I am just specifying one more file. In case if I have another file, that also it is going to display. So in that case, what is the output you are going to get? So in the output you are going to get name of the file followed by that particular line. Okay, so this is how the content that is stored in the file. Okay, whichever the line that matches with director keyword, okay, it will display that particular line. Can you see? So I have two lines from first file, so that is displayed here, and these two lines from another file. Can you see here? Always the first column it is going to specify in which file it has found the pattern. Okay, but if you are giving only one file name, directly it will display that particular line of information. Is it clear? Next, so now along with the grep, so you can use many options. Okay, you can filter some of the options. If I don't want to get all the details like this, the complete line to be selected, you can just specify some of the options. So what are those options? So the first one is -i. Okay, -i. So that is grep. So what is this I indicates? Ignoring the case. Okay, if I don't want to consider the case, okay, maybe the director starts with the capital letter and there may be another line where it starts with the small case. So in that case, if I want to select all the line ignoring the case, then I have to use the minus or -i followed by the pattern and name of the file. Clear? Very simple things. Thing is, you need to understand. Subject is not complex. Thing is, you have to execute this statement. So you have to create one file emp.lst where it contains all possible information like this. then apply these commands. Then you will understand and you will be able to remember. Without executing, you cannot remember. Okay, so minus sign indicates ignoring the case. If you don't want to give importance to the case, uppercase or lowercase, it will get select. Next, deleting lines. Okay, so deleting lines means minus V. So where it is going to select all lines except those containing the pattern. That means it is opposite of the first one. Okay, in the first one, whatever the pattern you have used, you are selecting only those lines. In case if you want to select the line that is not having the pattern, in that case you have to use minus V option. Okay, select all lines except those containing the pattern. Okay, so you should be knowing when to use. In the exam they will ask, write all the options of grep command. You should be able to use all these things. So grep minus V. So you need to specify the pattern and name of the file. And if you want to place that particular output into some other file, so you have to use this redirector operator. Now itself I told, whatever the output you are getting from the first command, you can store it into some file. If you are not giving this, it will display on the terminal itself. Okay, otherwise it will store into this file. And later you can just use cat command, cat and file name. So you will be able to see what is the output of this command. Okay. Okay, so did you got what is the output you got? What is this 11 indicates? So here what I have done, the output of this is stored into a file called other list. Okay, so now I am just checking WC word count. Okay, word count I am checking only the lines. Okay, when you use word count, what happens? It will specify number of lines, number of words, number of characters. Okay, if you are very specific, if you want to know only the number of lines, you have to use minus L. This is just for your comfortability. You are going to use WC minus L because I want to know how many lines are got selected excluding this pattern. Excluding this pattern, so you just specify the file name where you have stored the output, other list. Or directly, if you don't specify this, directly you will get all those 11 lines. Okay, so you can use once if you are familiar with the commands, however you want, you can represent it. Okay, it is not necessarily you have to follow this. For that, you should be familiar with the commands, different commands. So this is one, the second option. The third option is minus L. Okay, so that is grep minus fork. What is this asterisk indicates? Wildcards we have discussed now. All. So these word followed by any number of characters and also end with C. Okay, this is the file name. So now what I am doing, I am just applying. So that is, I am just trying to display the file name. So that is having this pattern. Okay, I am not applying to particular file this pattern such. I am just applying to particular directory. In whichever the directory I am there, okay, it is going to try to match this file name. Okay, so it is going to try to match this file name in that file where exactly it finds that fork keyword. So all that it is going to get select. This is a little bit different compared to the previous one. So displaying the file names. I am trying to display the file names that is having the pattern fork followed by any number of characters with .c. Okay, so if you want to understand what is this asterisk indicates, it is a meta character or wildcard, indicates any number of characters, fork followed by any number of characters. So now you can just observe. So in a file, yes, I may ask what is the output by specifying the command. So you should be able to answer. So now there is a file. I am trying to display the file name fork.c. So in that file, so there is one line called so printf before fork. Okay, it is going to find the file name. Okay, in that file, which line is matching with the fork keyword that it is going to display. Similarly, in the same file, so there is one more keyword called fork. So like that, it is going to try to find all the pattern called 4 in all the files. Wherever it is matching, so it is going to display that file name along with that statement. Okay, so main here importance is it is going to display the file names. So orphan.c, what is orphan? So you're going to learn in Unix, that is in the module 3, what is orphan process, all those things. Then wait, it is one of the file wait.c. In that file there is a keyword or pattern called fork. So that particular line it is trying to display, not all the lines, you can just observe that. So that is one grep option. So next, matching multiple patterns. So now whatever the examples we have taken, only one pattern we have tried. Okay, so in case if you want to try to match multiple patterns, okay, if you don't want to only list the line having sales or the director, okay, if you want to display both sales, list all the lines in that file where it is matching with the first pattern, second pattern, all those things. Okay, for that you have to use the -e, okay, -e along with the grep. So grep -e. So here I am just specifying one pattern called food house. You can just